Hello and welcome. We're gonna get into another video, and in today's video, let me get the mic closer to me because I feel like I have the mic way far from me. So in today's video, we're gonna talk about the top teams in the Jungle Cup. I actually have played this cup a couple of weeks ago. We played a couple of weeks ago, and it was lots of fun to be honest. And somehow, so there is a fun story about this cup. Back in the days. Gligar was so OP, right? And then G-Fisk was somewhat good and usable. And then when they first made this cup, they banned those two Pokemons. Now, those two Pokemons aren't as good as they used to be, but somehow, because Niantic's assignments are all copy-paste, they still copy and paste the same conditions. So now Gligar is banned, even though he's not as that good in this cup. G-Fisk is banned, even though it wouldn't be that great of a Pokemon in this cup, because there are so many good counters. Like, as an example, Diggersby is a thing in this cup, and it destroys both of those Pokemons. We have Piloswine, we have Charizard. All of these Pokemons destroy those too. So, what are we going to talk about in today's video? Well, technically, the ranking, according to PvP is Altaria is number 1. I tried Altaria, it's a beast. I think I went on like a 10-0 win streak in this cup, so that's a team we will talk about. Then followed by Diggersby, Clodsire, Crustle, Fortress, Corviknight, Credelli, Diggersby, Piloswine, Steelix, Guzzlord, Altaria, Shadow, Piloswine, Shadow, and Steelix. So what makes this cup good? Well, technically, it's like Altaria is kind of free to roam. I mean, there are like 2-3 counters to Altaria. It's still good to use. Togekiss is also a good Pokemon. And there is also Ferret, which I don't see on my screen here somewhere. I can't tell why, because Ferret is literally the best safe swap in this cup. Some anti-meta Pokemons that are still good to use. The Dark Lariato Pokemon, and we have Charizard here. I don't know why Diggersby is here. I actually played against Scrafty, and I get toasted because my team was triple weak to Scrafty, so be aware, guys. And speaking of Scrafty, Pangoro is another Pokemon that you need to be aware of. Let me just double check my views. Okay, the mic is working. So, what is the strongest Pokemon, the strongest team in this cup? I always start with top 3 PvP. Top 3 PvP is like the best team for lazy people. I don't know if there is a term for like lazy people team instead of top 3 PvP. Maybe that's what we should start calling this team. And that's Altaria, Diggersby, Clodsire. Now, the thing about this team is that it's triple weak to Piloswine. So if you can figure out a Pokemon here that you shouldn't be replacing, I think you're going to end up with the best team. So, as you guys know me, I give you some of the best Pokemons, some of the best teams, and some of the best suggestions. So these suggestions, people who watch the video and skip throughout the video won't get. So if you are here, make sure to leave a comment and say, hey, Yasser, I know the secret sauce. And then I will remember that you are one of the true ones. The team is technically also like it's kind of ABA weak into ice, triple weak to ice, and yeah, so you have to figure out an answer to that. So if you think that ice is an issue, that's why we have a Pokemon called Caesar, and Caesar will feast on all of the ice Pokemons in this cup, because you know, like Caesar dominates in neutral matchups because it's so spammy, it's so strong, it hits so hard, right? As long as your Pokemon is not a dark type it's not a fire type Pokemon, Caesar is gonna have a party. Like, the Pokemon is so good. And the team I used actually had Caesar because I was just so sick of safe swap Credelli, and I just used Caesar. And every time they swap in Credelli, we go in Caesar. I just spam the hell out of Night Slash, and then I just boost, and then I just win games. Just as easy as that. So what is this team is good at? Countering this team. Like, literally. What? Okay, now if you ask yourself, I don't want Altaria, I don't want Steelix. Is there a Pokemon that destroys both? Yes, it's actually Steelix. Steelix is the key if you want to be more lazy, okay? But the problem with the Steelix is that it's kind of weak into fighting moves, into fighters. But that doesn't mean it's weak. I mean, Steelix is still a tanky boy. I do recommend running Thunder Fang, Psychic Fang, and Crunch. You could also do Dragon Tail, but I found that when I used the Steelix, I hated not having Thunder Fang because there was so many Togekisses, and that I needed the Thunder Fang for the Togekiss. And now Cradily usually is a big issue for Steelix, but it's playable. Steelix is tanky, right? And sometimes, you know, shield a rock tomb, because some people just know how to throw rock tombs with their Cradillys. As far as Cradily moveset wise, I ran Acid, Rock Tomb, and Grass Knot. But then I had an issue where, like, whenever opponent had a Kanto Marowak, my Cradily is not good against Kanto Marowak because they will just 2 shield throughout the Cradily. So that's something you need to be aware of, because they simply can no shield, and then you still can't acid down them with a Kanto Marowak. So it's something to be aware of. It's so annoying to use Cradily. If you are using it in the safe swap, you have to run Acid. If you are using it as a counter swap, I recommend having Bullet Seed. Guzzlord is a Pokemon that you need to be aware of. It's so strong. Now, it's not as strong as Altaria, but it destroys some Pokemon, like, harder than Altaria. But what is your favorite team this cup, Yasser? Well, Jungle Cup, as I said, used to be a little cup format, and I used to run Cubone with Swinub. And then now I'm just going to run literally Pyroswine, Wiggly, and Marowak. Yes, that's a lazy team that's tap, tap, tap. Hey, I'm hitting 34 this year, okay? Leave me alone. I can't swap fast. I have to shut down my brain and try to tap, tap my opponent all the way. so hey, I sometimes have to follow these strategies myself. The good old days of Yasser being so good at this game has been behind, let's be honest. Now, I found that there is a core breaker that no one was aware of, and it's Golisopod. The problem with Golisopod is just get smoked by Altaria and Togekiss. But against everything else, it has a great matchup. Like against Diggersby, against Piloswine, it has such a great matchup. And then you have what is the water move? Yeah, Golisopod, Aquajet, yes. Wait, is it Aquajet? Yes, it's Aquajet. Diggersby moveset, it's quick attack, Scorching Sand, Fire Punch. Now, something to mention here for the people who are watching, you could do Shadow Diggersby, by the way, in this cup, but must be a good IV. One of the Pokemon that people always forget about is actually Crustle. Crustle got a huge buff this season. They gave it Rock Wrecker, they buffed Fury Cutter a couple seasons ago, they buffed his Smackdown. Everything about Crustle is buffed, okay? Everything about Crustle is buffed, so you could actually use Crustle as a counter swap. So it's one of those Pokemons. Now, because Crustle, as you know, is weakened to Steel, so you have to run a ground type Pokemon. Also, you need kind of like an anti-ground. Well, technically ground still will destroy Crustle. Yeah, like an Altaria for those ground type would be nice. Now, some teams from like notable content creators, like I saw Rise posting this video. A video about this team. Hopefully he wouldn't mind me sharing this team with you guys. There is a video on his channel and says, I tested out Rockslide Pangoro in the Jungle Cup. How did he go? You have to go and watch the video. But the team I actually saw lots of people using was a Home Slice Henry team, which is he literally used 2 hard counters to Ferret. How did he deal with Cradily? You have to go and watch the video. I'm not gonna tell you like 30 minutes video. And then I saw Caleb like running a team similar to mine, and then I was like, okay, it's actually a good team, to be honest. It's like kind of like a slightly bulkier, and it's slightly more like this kind of a tab, but this also kind of a tab team. So technically similar concept, except that with Diggersby you have a better safe swap. That's what I would say. Some of the unique teams is actually you could do Incineroar, Mandibuzz, and why do I say Cradily? This is not Cradily. So basically double dark and something to cover from the fairies. That's like the main thing about this team. Some teams from previous seasons, I would say this is, like Skarmory Double Mud Boys. It's still a viable team, but you have to switch the Skarmory with the new Steel Bird. Wiggly Double Ground is also a fun team. This team is literally 3 core breakers, so you just stick them together and you call it a team. And you can also do ABA Steel. I actually tested out this team and it was actually lots of fun to use, especially when you except when you see like a fire in the lead. Then, Kanto Marowak is playable, to be honest. But yeah, these are like all the teams I thought of while making the video about this cup. So if you like this content, make sure to leave a like. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video. Peace.